cross the border illegally, it's a crime. Don't worry about it. Get order removed. Don't worry about it. Unless you committed another crime, no one's looking for you. If that's the message we send, you're never going to fix this problem. We send a strong message, and that's why we have the most secure border in history of the nation. And President Trump, by doing that, is saving thousands of lives.
So, if you follow immigration debates in America, then you already know Tom Homan. This is the guy who ran U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement during the administration of Donald Trump, the one known for speaking bluntly about immigration enforcement without dressing it up for anyone. The kind of guy who says exactly what he thinks and says it with his chest. Before we go further, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video if you enjoy political commentary and moments like this. Now, watch the way Homan starts talking here. The confidence, the tone, the way he lays out his points so plainly. You can immediately tell this is someone completely comfortable defending his position. And that's exactly what makes the rest of this moment so interesting.
Mr. Homan, with the defunding of sanctuary jurisdictions, could you say anything about what funds are going to be pulled back and which are not? And can you also describe your relationship with Mayor Mamdani versus Eric Adams?
First of all, I don't think decisions have been made yet about specific funds, but I support pulling federal funds away from cities that release public safety threats in their communities. You're out working with us. This sanctuary cities are sanctuary for criminals. I have not met with the mayor of New York City. I did meet with the prior mayor, Eric Adams, because he asked for a meeting. So we'll see what happens. I have not met with Mamdani. The only time I've ever seen him is up in Albany, New York, before he ran for mayor, and he was screaming and yelling and pushing his way through state police to try to get a moment with me. But I was too busy eating my apple and ignoring him.
Mr. Homan, when it comes to Minneapolis, we're seeing images like yesterday of a woman who was stopped by federal agents. She was dragged out of her car. I know DHS always has a response to this as to why they're acting that way. There are Americans who see this and say this looks like Putin's Russia. What is your
response? That's ridiculous. You know what? In Minneapolis, let's remember who set the stage here. First of all, the Biden administration let millions of people release millions of illegal aliens in this country in violation of the law. Many of them criminals because they weren't properly vetted. We're arresting thousands of them. So first of all, they created the problem with millions of illegal alien criminals in this country. Second of all, Minneapolis, you're a sanctuary city. You know, if they let us in their damn jail and stop being a sanctuary city, we could arrest the bad guy in the safety and security of a jail. But because they normally release them, now we got to go in the community and find them. Then they're mad we're in the community. President Trump made us promise to American people, we're going to find these criminals and make this America safe again. So if they don't let us in a jail, we're going to go in the community. And the difference is, in places that's not a sanctuary, one agent can walk into a jail and arrest one criminal illegal alien. But when you release them in the community, now we got to send the whole team because we got to arrest somebody on their turf. They have access, who knows what weapons. It makes it dangerous for the officer, makes it dangerous for the alien, certainly makes it dangerous for the community. So if Minneapolis wants to help, like I saw Mayor Frey do an interview this morning, let us in your damn jail. What's the downside of letting a federal law enforcement officer with immigration authority talk to an illegal alien that you already locked up and put in a jail cell? It's ridiculous that they're pushing back on that.
Mr. Homan, on some of the when it comes to some of the ICE agents that are going door to door in places like Minneapolis, I'm just curious how you square some of those going into these homes with the Fourth Amendment search and seizure. How do you square those two things? And is there any potential violation of Fourth Amendment with some of these ICE agents' activities going into some?
If any ICE agent, Border Patrol violates policy, they'll all be held accountable. But we got to remember that. You know, there's a lot of confusion out there, difference between reasonable suspicions and probable cause. If an officer gathers reasonable suspicion from a myriad of circumstances, a bunch of factors, they can temporarily detain and question somebody on an immigration interview. In order to arrest that person, you got to establish probable cause. I can't sit here and pull out case by case. I think the men and women of ICE and Border Patrol are doing a difficult job in a very unfriendly area where law enforcement response for emergency response is sporadic at best. Death threats are up over 8,000%. Actual assaults up 1,300%. I know because threats against me and my family have tripled in the last couple of weeks. They got a dangerous job to do. Again, let us in the jail to arrest a public safety threat. Because I said this 1,000 times, when you force us in the community to find the public safety threat, many times you're with others, or we find others in the process of doing that. If we find them, they're in the country illegally, they're getting arrested too. So more officers in the street means more collateral arrests. We have promised American people we're going to force immigration. And let me tell you why we have the most secure border in the history of this nation today. Part of it is because of what ICE is doing. We have shown the whole world there are consequences to enter this country illegally. We're not going to send a message, cross the border illegally, it's a crime, don't worry about it, get order removed, don't worry about it. Unless you committed another crime, no one's looking for you. If that's the message we send, you're never going to fix this problem. We send a strong message, and that's why we have the most secure border in the history of the nation. And President Trump, by doing that, is saving thousands of lives. We know that women and children aren't making that dangerous journey. We know that no one's drowning in the river today. We know fentanyl isn't coming across at the levels it came to Joe Biden. We certainly know no inspected terrorists aren't coming across like Joe Biden. We're doing the right thing. We're going to keep with it, and they can protest all they want. We're just going to double down and enforce the law. And I said for months, we're going to surge resources in sanctuary cities because that's where the problem is.
What makes this moment stand out is how quickly the dynamic shifts once the questions start flying. The reporters surround Tom Homan, and the tone immediately feels confrontational. It's the kind of press scrum where everyone is trying to press their question at once, clearly hoping to catch him off guard. But that's not what happens. Instead of stumbling through the moment, Homan responds instantly and very directly. His answer cuts straight through the tension, and you can see how the energy of the exchange begins to change. One of the heated parts of the clip comes when a reporter pushes him on immigration enforcement, expecting him to soften the position or explain himself at length. But Homan doesn't do that. He doubles down on his stance and delivers his response with confidence. And that's the moment the atmosphere shifts. The reporters came in pressing hard, but once Homan answers the way he does, the pressure they were trying to create doesn't land the same way anymore. That contrast, reporters pushing aggressively while he stays firm and direct, is exactly why this clip is getting so much attention online.